Marianne, what's in your memo?
I'll tell you. Thank you, Robbie. The historic mission of the United States is for every generation to, quote unquote, form a more perfect union, for our ideals of liberty and justice for all to apply to ever larger portions of the American population. That would mean not just white, but also black, not just men, but also women, not just straight, but also gay, and so on. That's not DEI, it's our national creed. Today, however, an ugly trend has once again reared its ugly head. The idea that America belongs not to all its people, but only to its very, very rich people. The power wielded by our new multi-billionaire class is tearing at the very heart of our commitment to a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We become a nation of the billionaires, by the billionaires, and for the billionaires. A grotesque idea that Elon Musk is busy turning into public policy. Now, nowhere is this more evident than in the DOGE-led decimation of our National Park Service. The NPS manages 433 parks, covering over 85 million acres across the United States, huge swaths of our country, from Yellowstone in Wyoming, Mount Zion in Utah, the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, Yosemite in California, the Grand Canyon in Arizona, the Grand Tetons in Wyoming, to Wrangell, St. Elias in Alaska, and more. Our national park system is a priceless treasure that, according to an act of Congress in 1916, is jointly owned by all the citizens of the United States. And yet, oh, you guessed it, DOGE got in there and started doing its demolition work, firing 1,000 people, and with plans to cut $587 million, or 17% of the National Park Service budget. Teresa Pirno, National Parks Conservation Association's president, in a statement said, quite simply and astonishingly, this dismantles the National Park Service as we know it, ranger by ranger and brook by brook, brick by brick. The purpose of the Park Service is to protect and enhance our public parks for present and future generations, not feed the insatiable economic appetites of private interests. And what are those private interests so eager to get their greedy little hands on our national parks? You probably guessed it. Oil and gas. President Trump, clutching Project 2025 ever closer to his heart, prioritizes energy exploration and production on federal lands and waters, including oil and gas leasing. The Interior Secretary has ordered a preview of current oil, gas, and mining regulations on public lands with the goal of reducing barriers to energy development. This is a clean break from history, where presidents from all sides have embraced the idea of preserving precious land for more than a century. So good luck, everyone. If you're thinking you just can't wait to show little Junior the Grand Canyon someday, because if the Trump and Musk administration get their way, that's going to be a big fat maybe. After all, the plan is that it won't really belong to you anymore. It will be in the hands of Trump and Musk. It doesn't mean to them the awesomeness of nature, the protection of wildlife, watersheds for clean water, endless recreational opportunities, economic drivers for local communities, and our responsibility to be good stewards of the earth. No. To them, it means drill, baby, drill. It means mining. It means real estate development. And all of that means the theft of public resources by those who represent private interests. Make no mistake about it. And this and in so many other things, that's what they are there to do. Everything being stolen from us will then be sold back to us. Governance according to billionaires' interests thus made the rule and no longer the exception in the United States of America. Thomas Jefferson said, "It is the general tendency of the rich to prey upon the poor." Here in the United States, we're supposed to guard against that, not help it happen. Our current bro-purveyors of crony capitalism, pretending, of course, to only be there in the public interest, are on a burglary spree of our public lands. It remains to be seen whether we, the people, will allow them to do it.